was on a live stream the other day when my chat told me to check out StatPad. This is by far the coolest NFL quiz I played. Let me show you how it works. So each day there are 5 players that you can guess, and your goal is to get the best score possible. The game will give you a target score. If you go under this, you are a casual. We'll see how many times today I am a casual. All you have to do is submit 1 player per row that meets the row's requirements. The better the player did in the year that you choose, the more points you get. So for example, our category is rushing yards, and our first row is a Buffalo Bills player from 2000 to 2015. So obviously I can't choose James Cook. And as I think back on it, I really don't know many Bills running backs from those years other than Fred Jackson. Fred Jackson's the only guy I can think of. But it doesn't stop there. I don't get to just pick Fred Jackson and get as many points as I can. So he did play from 07 to 2015. So Fred Jackson is going to be a good guess here, but I have to choose the year that he played well in. And I really don't know. As I've been playing this game, my rule in my head has been the 3-year rule. I feel like NFL players always have an awesome year in their 3rd year. Obviously, some guys like pop off in their rookie year, and maybe 09 is a dud for Fred Jackson, but this is going to be my guess. Okay, if you see a gold banner, it's really good news. It also will tell you, wow, I don't even know who this is. In 2002, Travis Henry rushed for 1,400 yards. So we actually didn't even have a top 5 guess. It was still a really good guess. 1,062 yards out of Fred Jackson in that year. Willis McGahee, CJ Spiller. That's such a pull. You guys remember CJ Spiller? He was a dog. Willis McGahee. It's pretty sick. You get it. I'm done explaining. Let's ride. Here's an interesting one. So any NFC North quarterback from 2000 to present day, but it has to be rushing yards. I'm trying to think. Okay, the Lions have never had a scrambling quarterback. I feel like Aaron Rodgers has probably had a few good rushing years. Dante Culpepper's probably up here. What about the Bears? Have the Bears ever had a scrambling quarterback in the last 25 years? I think I'm going to go Dante Culpepper. I'm going to go Dante Culpepper. Oh, God. I don't know when he got good. It's harder with quarterbacks, too. I'm going to go 03. I'm going to go Dante Culpepper 03. Ooh, darn it. Oh, my God. Justin Fields. I'm so stupid. Oh, dude, I totally forgot that Justin Fields actually was running for his life on Chicago. So that would have been the best answer by far. Culpepper 02. Wow, Justin Fields. Well, I'm actually really mad at myself. Okay, rushing yards for any Seattle Seahawks. So it could be a quarterback too. I don't think Marshawn Lynch was on Seattle in 2015. I don't think Marshawn Lynch is an answer here. I think he's already retired or in Oakland, Las Vegas. Kenneth Walker's probably a good guess. Oh my God. Do you guys remember Chris Carter? Or not Chris Carter, Chris Carson. What happened to Chris Carson, bro? This guy had like, wow, he fell off so fast. It's either 18 or 19, but he went nuts. Yeah. Oh, that was both. It's actually both. Dude, what happened to Chris Carson? This guy was a fantasy monster. I actually just got the #1 answer right there. And then Kenneth Walker 3 times in a row after that. 2025 quarterback. We have to pick the season. I feel like there's going to be a good Colin Kaepernick. Maybe a Russell Wilson. Maybe a Kyler Murray. I'm actually going to go with Kaepernick. I feel like Kaepernick, I don't know what year it would have been. I think this is when they went to the Super Bowl. Ugh. Not the best guess. The best guess was Russell Wilson, then Kyler. There was a Kaepernick in there, but not this year. Russell Kyler. Okay. I mean, the target was 2,940, and we're sitting on 3,129. Now we just need rushing yards out of any Raider from 2000, 2015. Dude, I have no clue who their running backs were. I swear Marshawn was on the Raiders in 2015. That's like the only guess I have because I don't know who their back was in 2000. I'm going with this because I genuinely don't know. Oh, well, it tells me that I'm wrong. That's nice. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I could name a single running back for the Raiders. A starting running back for the Raiders from 2000, 2015. Was Darren Sproles on there at one point? I do want to see what the answers were. Wow. Okay, so Darren McFadden. I am mad about that one. That one I would have got. I almost said DeMarco Murray. I kind of forgot about Latavius Murray. Look at this top 5, though. Like, I really don't know this that well at all. Justin Fargas, Lamont Jordan, Tyrone Wheatley, Latavius Murray, Darren McFadden. I should have been able to get these two. Not my best. Oh, wow. This is an interesting one. The category is sacks. Oh, this is going to get real. Okay, Denver Broncos sacks 2000, 2025. I mean, it's got to be Von Miller. I think we go Von Miller. It would have been 2016 was his best year, I think, because that's when they would have went to the Super Bowl. I'm going 2016 Von Miller. Ooh, Definitely not the best Von Miller year, but still good. He had 13.5 sacks. His best was 2012 with 18.5. There's an Elvis Dumerville and a Nick Benito snuck in there. Target on this one is 47. We're at 13.5. Okay, 2017. That is so oddly specific. There must be a monster in here. I kind of want to go with Danielle Hunter. I feel like he was on Minnesota and he was balling in 2017. Do I have that right? I'm going to go Danielle Hunter. That definitely could have been. Actually, no. No, that was in the top 5. Danielle Hunter would have been tied for 5th right here. Everson Griffin. Oh my God, I forgot about that name. Ziggy Ansah. Kind of forgot about him too. Akeem Hicks, Clay Matthews. That's not a bad guess though. Any Ohio State player from 2000-2025. The first Ohio State edge rusher that comes to mind is Chase Young. I don't know that Chase Young ever really had that good of a season, though. Where was J.J. Watt? Was he Wisconsin? I don't think J.J. Watt was Ohio State. I think he was Wisconsin. I can select this, though, and it can just tell me you didn't play for them. Perfect. That's actually really nice. I think I'm going to go with Chase Young. Did he ever really have that good of a year? I'm going to go 2021 Chase Young, his 2nd year in the league. It was Nick and Joey Bosa are the brothers I was thinking of. I'm sitting here thinking of JJ and TJ Watt, who played at Wisconsin when it was the Bosa brothers. That was such a bad guess. He also had one. Wow. Will Smith snuck his way in there. Mike Vrabel, 12.5. Hell yeah. 2012 for the Seahawks, Niners, Rams, Cardinals. Where was Calais Campbell? Was he on Jacksonville? No, he was on Arizona, but he only had 6.5 sacks. Aldon Smith was the best. Dude, this one is really hard. And then any Eagles player from 2000-2025. I feel like I want to go with Brandon Graham here. Once again, though, I don't know what year to pick. Do I go 2012? Do I go with my 3-year rule? I'm doing it. Yikes. 5.5. Jason Babin was the best option. I knew Hassan Reddick had a good season, but I didn't know what year. Dude, the years make this so much harder. In the last 25 years, these are the top 5 edge rushers for the Eagles. Trent Cole, Connor Barwin, Hugh Douglas, Hassan Reddick, and Jason Babin. That's kind of crazy. And I did really poorly. I got 34. The target was 47. I got waxed on that one. All right, let's see if I can step it up. Interception. Oh my God, these are brutal. 2025 interceptions out of these 4 teams. I mean, Jets got like 0, so we're definitely not going with a Jets player. Dolphins, Bills, Patriots. Who got some interceptions? Did Christian Gonzalez get any? Got to imagine he got something in 25. He didn't have a single interception this year. You know, that's kind of the problem when you're a really good DB. They never throw at you. Jalen Hawkins was the best answer. What is my target score? 17? I'm fucking cooked. Any Bills player from 2000 to 2025? So there's no particular year. So I wonder, does this mean like total interceptions on their career? Like, could I go Tre'Davious White? Or no, you still have to select a year. Well, then I'm going to be smart about this and I'm just going to go Cole Bishop. Oh my God. Jairus Byrd in 09 had 9 interceptions. Wait a minute. Oh no, it's 09. I was about to say, I can like kind of use this to my advantage because this one's 2010 to 2020. I could go Tre'Davious White and take 6 here. I think I need to do that actually. So it'd be Tre'Davious White 2019. It's actually good. That's actually kind of nice. I needed that because I'm getting fucking clapped right now. 2012, Sherman had 8. Xavier Howard had 10 in 2020. 2025, who had a lot of interceptions in the NFC East in 25? About Cooper DeJean. Did Cooper DeJean have a good amount of interceptions this year? I really have no idea. I don't know who it's going to be out of this. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Mikey Sainris still had 4. Wow, this is so tough. Wow, any Steelers player from 1980 to 2025? I feel like Troy Polamalu just has to be a good answer, right? How many did Polamalu have in 05? 2? I was on the right track with Polamalu, but it was in 08 that he had 7. Dude, I'm telling you, this thing is not easy. So far, I am MMCasual 2 times in a row. The only one I did well on was today's. Okay, here we go. Receiving yards category. This is what I need. Ooh, actually, I've already done this one. I'll do it real quick, though. NFC South wide receiver between 2020 and 2026. I believe I guessed Mike Evans here, because he's always goated with the sauce. And I think I went with 2020. That one was an easy one. 1,006 yards there. The best answer, though, is Calvin Ridley in 2020. Forgot how good of a season Calvin Ridley had on Atlanta. Top 2 are Atlanta players, then Drake London, but that's still a good guess. And then this is receiving yards for a running back in 2012. Now, I think I went with Adrian Peterson because I knew he had a really good year in 2012, but receiving yards, he really didn't. The best answer would have been Darren Sproles, Marcel Reese, Joique Bell, Ray Rice, Doug Moore. That's a crazy roster. And then receiving yards, 1980 to 2026, any Penn State player. The thing is the only Penn State player I could think of was Saquon Barkley. I think Michael Pittman. No. Allen Robinson was Penn State. 1,400 yards there. I already did this one, so I don't want to cheat it and like go back on my guesses. For Shannon Sharp, I did the 3rd year rule. I did 1992. Which was a pretty good guess. It's been, dude, this whole one, this is Denver Broncos tight ends. It's like all Shannon Sharp and then Julius Thomas. And then this was any wide receiver, and I went with Megatron. I think I did Calvin Johnson, and I did 2012. There's a lot of good answers in here, though, but I think 2012 is when he won Triple Crown, which makes it the best answer. Yeah, look at that. Megatron, Justin Jefferson, Herman Moore, Calvin Johnson again, and Randy Moss. That's a hell of a top 5 on receiving yards right there. So I actually beat the target on this one, you guys. Okay. This next category is rushing and receiving touchdowns. We've got NFC. Any NFC player from 1980 to 2025. Holy shit. But they had to have won the Offensive Rookie of the Year. Yuck. That's disgusting. Okay, so best case scenario would be a running back. I'm trying to think what running backs have won Offensive Rookie of the Year. Did Adrian Peterson win Offensive Rookie of the Year in 07? Honestly, I'm really okay with that guess. Who completely outperformed that? Wow. Holy sh... Oh, Saquon. Saquon would have been nice. 13 touchdowns. I'm not mad about that. Dickerson had 20 touchdowns his rookie year. Holy shit. Randy Moss had 17. Billy Sims, Saquon Barkley, and then Cam Newton. It's actually so impressive. Cam Newton had 14 rushing touchdowns his rookie year. That's crazy. All right, now rushing and receiving touchdowns from 2010 to 2020 in the AFC East. I feel like there's actually a really good Jets player in here for this. Patriots were super good during these years, but the Patriots never really had a running back to note. Randy Moss would be really good in here somewhere. Be Fred Jackson for the Bills, and for the Dolphins. Shit. I was really thinking that Randy Moss. When was Randy Moss really good on the Patriots? Oh my God. Gronk. My brain didn't even think about tight ends. Obviously, Gronk would have been a good call. Gronk would have been a good call in so many years. This was a really bad guess. LeGarrette Blount was the #1 guess in 2016 with 18. Well, I guess that's tied with Gronk. Then it was Shady McCoy, LaShawn McCoy on the Bills, Brandon Marshall on the Jets, and Cam Newton on the Patriots. Damn. Target is 51. We're sitting at 16 here. Any Texas player, 1980 to 2025, Bijan Robinson. I think Bijan this year. When did Bijan have his most touchdowns? Was it this year? Or would it have been... Dude, he was a fucking monster this year. I'm going 2025 Bijan. He had 11 touchdowns. In 24, he had 15. So he had more touchdowns last year. That would have been a better guess. But I'm still happy with this guess. Oh my God, what? Priest Holmes in 03 had 27 touchdowns? That's a fantasy god. Are we for real? Jamal Charles. I forgot that Jamal Charles was Texas. That would have been a really nice guess too. But I like Bijan. Okay, 1980 to 2025, any Chicago Bear rushing and receiving. I feel like we got to go with a Matt Forte here. My only issue with Matt Forte is which year? I think I like 2010. I like going with my 3rd year rule. I'm going to do Matt Forte. Okay, 9 touchdowns out of Matt Forte in 2010. The best answer was Neil Anderson. I don't even know who that is. I straight up don't know who that is. Matt Forte was correct. I just didn't hit the years perfectly, but being off by a few touchdowns, I'm not mad about. And the 5th option was Curtis Conway. So I like Forte here. We would need an absolute monster guess to get this, but 2020 to 2025 Arizona Cardinals. Well, it's certainly not Trey McBride, because Trey McBride does not really get in the end zone, even though he's good in fantasy football. 2010 to 2025, I mean, Kyler's going to have some rushing touchdowns. Overall, I feel like James Conner. No, I mean, James Conner definitely had at least one really good season on Arizona. It would have been James Conner's first year with Arizona, which I think was 22. Yes. I'm actually really happy with this guess. So I did James Conner 2022 is 8 touchdowns, but it was actually James Conner 2021. Oh my God, wait, I kind of forgot that Trey McBride. It was last year. Trey McBride had like 1 touchdown on the whole season. This year he had 11? I did not realize he had 11 touchdowns this year. 2020 Kyler had 11. I should have gone 21 James Conner. That would have been so good. If I had selected the correct James Conner year, I would have beat the target. I think we're slowly but surely getting a little bit better. All right, passing touchdowns for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 1980 to 2015. That's gonna be no Baker, no Tom Brady. There should be a Jameis Winston in there. That would be Jameis Winston's rookie year. It's the best guess I have. I really don't know Buccaneers quarterbacks behind that, so I mean, shit, he had 22? Josh Freeman in 2012 and 27, but I like that guess. Jameis out the gates. Target is 75. That's a really good start. Got the gold Jameis. 2010 to 2020, Seahawks, Niners, Rams, Cardinals. I feel like there's got to be a God-tier Russell Wilson year in here. For the Rams, there's also going to be a God-tier Jared Goff year. The year that they went to the Super Bowl, Jared Goff was kind of insane on the Rams. And the year they went to the Super Bowl was 18? Was that Patriots-Rams Super Bowl when Jared Goff was just out of his freaking mind? It's 18 or 19. I'm going to go with 18. Yes. Damn. Still, that was only 32 times. I mean, it's a really good guess, but this whole thing is dominated by Russell Wilson. Oh my God. 2020 Russ had 40 touchdowns. I'm still happy with that guess. 1980 to 2025. Anybody in the NFL passing touchdowns? First Oklahoma guy I think of is Kyler. Next Oklahoma guy I think of is Baker. Trying to think when each of these guys would have had their best passing touchdown years. What would Kyler's have been? Kyler's best year would have been 2020 or 2021. Baker had a really good year this year. Do I go with 25 Baker? I'm going to play this one safe and go with 25 Baker because I know it's a good guess. Oh, he had 41 touchdowns in 24? No way we are counting Caleb Williams as a Oklahoma quarterback. What? Caleb Williams is I guess he was technically. I'm surprised they count that. Either way, this whole thing's Baker. 24 would have been a much better guess. I'm good with my smart guess, so my target's 75. We already hit it. We're 3 golds here. 1980 to 2020, we can kind of cheat this one. We can cheat this one because we know that Carson Palmer... Oh, no. Carson Palmer was on... Who am I thinking of? I'm thinking of Andy Dalton. I don't know when Andy Dalton had a really good year, though. Wait, what the fuck am I talking about? It's 1980 to 2020. That's going to include Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's rookie, 1 offensive rookie of the year. No. Jamar Chase. He only had 13 touchdowns his rookie year? I should have gone Andy Dalton. Oh, and I was right about Carson Palmer. Shit, I'm actually pissed. I literally looked over at this one and was cheating because I knew Carson Palmer was really good. I sold that. I sold that so bad. Okay, 1980 to 2025, NFC quarterback had to be awarded Offensive Rookie of the Year. I'm pretty sure Culpepper won Offensive Rookie of the Year. He certainly did not. Did Kyler win Offensive Rookie of the Year? He did, but that wasn't the best guess. That is actually such a choke, knowing that Jaden Daniels popped off his rookie year. No, it's not a choke. It's a top 4 guess. I'm a little confused how this guess could be in the 57th percentile if the best answer was Jaden Daniels. Oh, there must not be that many options. There's probably only like 10 quarterbacks that you could have even picked. It's a pretty good guess. 113 total score, target 75. We're finally getting back on track. I whiffed that Joe Burrow guess, though. Dude, sometimes you pick something and you think you're so smart, and then you look at all the correct answers and you're like, holy shit, that was the dumbest thing I could have said. Okay, Titans running back 1980 to 2010. One of them was on the cover of Madden. This is Eddie George. What year was Eddie George on the cover of Madden? It was not 04. It might have been 03. I'm thinking it was 03, which would have been the 02 season. I'm going Eddie George 02. Oh, I'm a genius. Best answer would have been CJ2K, of course. Chris Johnson would have been the best answer, but Eddie George 2002... 1,165, I will take it. Target is 3508. 2012, fuck. Who were the running backs for these teams in 2012? I've been really struggling with this year, 2012. That would have been when I was in 8th grade. I've been in 8th grade in 2012. I think Alvin Kamara should still be on the Saints. No way. Alvin Kamara got in the league in 2017? I do not know ball. Was Darren Sproles on the Saints? Honest to God, Darren Sproles was the only guy. Cam Newton. I keep forgetting I don't have to do a running back. The category is just rushing. I could have picked Cam Newton. Shit. Out of these 5, I think Cam Newton's the only one I would have realistically guessed. I remember D'Angelo Williams, I remember Mark Ingram, but I don't remember that year. Okay, so we've got any Ohio State running back, Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott's rookie year, I think, was his best year of his career, which is kind of crazy. Ezekiel Elliott, fell off every year after, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Ezekiel Elliott was, the best example of running backs like slowly falling off year after year. Literally every year after his rookie year, he did worse. Zeke Elliott 2016 was the best answer. That's huge. You gotta love seeing this banner when you know you got the true #1 correct answer. Okay, 2015 rushing yards. This is getting closer to stuff I definitely... I think did Le'Veon Bell go fucking nuts this year for... Yeah, he did. I'm almost certain he did. 556. Way lower than I was expecting. Not that far off from the best answer, though. AFC North did not have good running backs in 2015. D'Angelo Williams was the best with 907. Next was Jeremy Hill. This is a very interesting one. From 2010 to 2020, but they can never have been all-pro at any time in their career. So they would have needed to had a good season, but not that good of a season? I think I'm gonna use an educated guess here and go with Jeremy Hill, because Jeremy Hill, there's no way he's been all-pro. Did I select the wrong year? Oh my God. Wait, what? Dalvin Cook has never been all-pro? Matt Forte has never been all-pro? What? That's an insane snub. I just misclicked on this. I was trying to steal Jeremy Hill from this answer in 2015, and I just clicked the wrong year. But I'm actually really happy with my score here. We got over the total score just with basically 2 guesses. I definitely sold that. Guys, there's a misinput, okay? Is a misinput. The category, oh, these ones are hard. I'm really struggling on these ones. The category is sacks, and we've got an NFC player for 2025. Who led the league in sacks this year? It was Myles Garrett, but Myles Garrett's in the AFC. So who was close to Myles Garrett? I'm trying to think. I feel like Nick Bonito was really good this year, but Nick Bonito also in the AFC. Who's an NFC guy who had good sack numbers this year? I'm going to come back to this one. Let's start with the 2025 NFC West. Seahawks, Niners, Rams, Cardinals. I feel like Jared Verse could be a good option here. Seahawks defense was crazy. I just don't know who got all the sacks for Seattle this year. Was it Boye Mafe or was it Leonard Williams? Was it DeMarcus Lawrence? Isn't DeMarcus Lawrence? I'm going to go with DeMarcus Lawrence for this. So he had only 6 sacks this year. Josh Sweat had 12. Byron Young had 12. I'm going to steal that answer because I can't think of who would have had more than that. I'm going to go Byron Young 2025. Are we so fucking for real? It just gave me Philadelphia Eagles, Brian Young. Hutch had 14.5. Obviously, I could have gone Hutch. It gave me the wrong Byron Young. That's crazy. All right. Any Alabama player, 2000-2025. I went with Quinnen Williams. He had 7 sacks. The best answer would have been Will Anderson this year. Quinnen Williams 2022 would have been a better guess. Darn. 2025. So this year, this would be Nick Bonito. We go Nick Bonito 25 because he had 14. We learned that earlier. That was the best answer. Huge. What's the target here? Target's 24. We actually beat it. I got clapped on this first one, and we still beat this. That makes me happy. All right, Saints 1980 to 2025. The honest to God... Oh, no, it's got to be Cam Jordan. It's got to be Cam Jordan, but what year? I'm going with the third-year rule. I'm going to go 2013. Dude, I'm telling you, the third-year rule is goated. He did have one that was 15.5, and then Leroy Glover in 2017. Pat Swilling. Do not know him. No, I hate this one. Dude, interceptions is actually the hardest for me. No question. 2000 to 2025, most interceptions for a Kansas City Chief. Didn't Trent McDuffie had a season where he had a good amount of interceptions? It might have been this year. I think I'm going to go with Trent McDuffie this year. I don't know, ball. 1 interception. Marcus Peters had 8 in 2015 and 6 in 2016. He's probably the only other person I would have guessed. Trent McDuffie. Sorry, man. Interceptions, like, I know I'm coping, but interceptions are low-key such a dumb stat. Like, whether you get interceptions or not does not make you a good DB, bro. Okay, 2025. Who this year had the most interceptions across these 4 teams? I'm tempted to go with like a Joey Porter here. I'm tempted to go with Ronnie Hickman. I'm between Joey Porter and Ronnie Hickman. I'm going to go Joey Porter Jr. No, I'm going to go Ronnie Hickman. I'll go Ronnie Hickman, Browns, 25. 2 interceptions? Okay, that was top 5. The only better answer was Humphrey, Battle, Wiggins, and Devin Bush. Wow, dude, this is some ball knowledge ass shit. Okay, 2025, we have to go Trayvon Diggs. What year did Trayvon Diggs have like 10 interceptions? It wasn't this year and it wasn't last year. I think it was 23. I'm going Diggs 23. Was it last year? Oh, it's 21? Oh my God, time flies. Time legitimately flies. By the way, this is like the best example. Interceptions are such a dumbass stat, bro. This dude had 11 in 21 and he had 1 in 23. I knew there was a Trayvon Diggs year. That was insane. I didn't know the year. That's why this game is hard, bro. Remembering the year is like literally half the battle. Okay, 25 interceptions. We know McDuffie's not a great answer. Chargers, Broncos, Raiders. I kind of want to go with the Bronco. I think I'm going to go with Hufanga. I'm going to go Talanoa Hufanga this year. This is by far my worst category. I'm getting waxed. I mean, there's really not that many good answers. Dante Jackson in 25 had 4. Now, any Packers player from 2000, 2025, I'm gonna fuck this up again too, aren't I? Oh, I'm sick. I feel like Xavier McKinney must have had a year where he was just clogging the skies. I'm gonna go with the 3rd-year rule. Oh, he played for the... Ooh, I sniped a good guess to end this out. Xavier McKinney in 2024. Thank God. That's the answer is Charles Woodson. That makes sense. Darren Sharper. One of the hardest hitting safeties in the league, though. All right, get me away from interceptions, guys. I'm genuinely a casual when it comes to that one. Oh, yes. Now, this is up my alley. Fantasy points, but it is non-PPR. So... wide receivers normally are awesome for fantasy points, but if they don't get in the end zone in non-PPR, it's nowhere near as many. So I think running backs are probably going to be king here. This one has to be a running back. So 2000, 2020, we have to have a Bengals running back. Thinking Corey Dillon, and once again, it's like, what year do we go? It has to be did it say 2000 to 2020? Let's go with Corey Dillon, and not his 3rd year, but his 4th year, 2000. Wow, he had 197 fantasy points that year. The best answer was Rudy Johnson, guy I've never heard of, to be honest, but Corey Dillon was in there 01 for a little bit better, 2 Rudy Johnsons, and then of course, Joe Mixon. Guys, I kind of low-key forgot about Joe Mixon because of whatever the weird shit that happened to him this year, bro. You guys hear about that? He was supposed to play for the Texans this year, but he had like an undisclosed foot injury that somehow kept him out the whole year. I don't know what that was all about. Okay, so now we need an NFC North, 2000, 2010. It just can't be a quarterback. Let's go Megatron. So Calvin Johnson's insane year was 2012. But I feel like in 2010, it still would have been great. The only other person I'd go here is probably Randy Moss. No, we actually kind of want to go a running back. We want to go Adrian Peterson, don't we? I don't know Adrian Peterson's best year, but I'm going to go 09. Ugh. Holy shit. It was the second best answer. It was only beat by Amon Green in 03 when he had 3. Bro, if your running back gives you 338 fantasy points, just pull his pants down and start. Okay. I made it 43 minutes into this recording without saying some diabolically gay ass shit, but that's pretty good. I went pretty far without reverting. 600. And also, if your running back does give you those fantasy points, like, it's not even gay at that point. At that point, you're just thanking him for a job well done. Whatever. I'm killing it right now. Let's stay with it. 2000, 2025. Niners wide receiver. There's got to be a great Crabtree year in here. There's going to be a good Deebo Samuel year in here. It would be Deebo's 1st year or 2nd year. Would have been really good in here. Maybe even his 3rd, but then there's a fall off, and then he heads to Washington. I'm going to go 2020 Deebo. Shit. Fuck, it was 21. Dude, look at how big of a difference that is. That is such a big difference. I missed the year, and I missed about 220 points. By the way, if you're wondering, you can actually put this game on easy mode, and then you don't have to select a year. You literally, all you have to do is select a player. So for this example, if I was on easy mode, I just click Deebo, it automatically would give me Deebo's best year, which was 2021. I prefer to play it on hard mode so I can stop being a casual one day, you know? 2010 to 2025, AFC West, and it cannot be a quarterback. Chargers, Raiders, Broncos, Chiefs cannot be a quarterback. It's got to be a monster Jamal Charles year in here. When did LaDainian Tomlinson retire? He might have a 2010 LaDainian Tomlinson might be really good. My only concern about Jamal Charles, I think, is his best year is 2009. I feel like he was good in 2011 too. I'm going 2011 Jamal Charles. Wow. He must have been injured this year, not really played. 14 fantasy points, but in 2013, he had 308. A safer guess, though, actually would have been Austin Eckler. I should have gone Austin Eckler. I knew how good he was in fantasy in these years. Okay, 2000 to 2020, we need a Falcons running back. Fantasy football-wise, it's going to be Devonta Freeman, but I just got to remember what year was good. I'm going 2016. Don't overthink it. Third year rule. Third year rule. Don't overthink it. That's a banger guess. 2015, he had a little bit more. We guessed 2016, which was the third best guess. And then Michael Turner was the best option. Oh, wait. Damn. Honest to God, this could have been a nuclear score for me if I just had locked in. If I'd gotten the correct year on Debo and Jamal, this would have been my best one for sure. I want to get one that I have gold or better in every single row. This category is passing yards. And our first one is 1980 to 2020 for the Miami Dolphins. Got to be Dan Marino. Quarterbacks, I don't like the third year rule as much for quarterbacks because quarterbacks can peak so much later. I don't know what Dan Marino's best year would be. I'm going to say 1990. I'm going to go smack dab in the middle. 3,500 yards. Wow. He certainly had better years. Damn. That's okay. I'm going to take it. Okay, passing yards 2000 and 2010 between these four teams. I feel like there's got to be a Ben Roethlisberger monster year in there. What year did they go to the Super Bowl? Was that 09 or was it 08? I'm going to say 09 Ben Roethlisberger. Ooh. Damn. 09 Roethlisberger had 4,300 yards. That is the best answer. Followed up by 4 Carson Palmers. Already doing really... Actually, we've already hit the target score by about a mile. I like this. 1980 to 2025. Russell Wilson, 2020. What's his best year? No way. Wait, Geno Smith has... Wait, what? So if you look at Seattle Seahawks, all-time passing yards in a single season, the top 2 are Geno Smith, and then it's Russell Wilson. I mean, I suppose when Russell Wilson was good on Seattle, they also had a really good run game. And when Geno Smith was on Seattle, they were always losing. So they kind of needed him to throw. I'm giving Russell Wilson the benefit of the doubt here. 2000 to 2015 passing yards for an AFC South player. Who were the good quarterbacks for the AFC South over these time periods? I think there should be a really good Andrew Luck in here. There also might be a monster Deshaun Watson season. No, he was 2017. Okay. I think we go Andrew Luck. I think we go Andrew Luck, 30-year rule. Go 2014 Andrew Luck. I'm telling you, man, that shit, the 30-year rule has saved me in this game. Best, dude, if you got this, you're a fucking freak. Like, you're a dog, bro. You just know so much ball. Matt Schaub, 09 Houston was the #1 answer. Beat out Andrew Luck by 9 yards. Then it was Peyton Manning 3 times. I really like that answer, though. This is, we're top, 99th percentile twice, 94th. I goofed my Dan Marino year, but this is really good for us. We're going to have to end it. Oh, no, I have no idea. Who was the Bills quarterback from 1980 to 2015? I have no idea. I mean, I know it was Josh Allen forever, obviously, but Josh Allen would have been way past 2015. That's really the only Bills quarterback I know. That's incredible. I have to give up on this. I genuinely don't know. Drew Bledsoe, Jim Kelly, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Joe Ferguson, and Jim Kelly again. I was not going to get this one. It's honestly crazy to see how low. My grid beat 12.9% of other scores. That puts me in the bottom 13th percentile. I don't like how that sounds. This might be my last one right here. We've got category is receiving yards. 2015 to 2020 receiving yards. I feel like Sammy Watkins. Didn't Sammy Watkins on the Bills have a really good season? This is one I'd love to take back. Holy shit, there are so many good answers in here. Jarvis Landry, Devontae Parker. How can I forget those names? Once again, it doesn't have to be a wide receiver. I'm not thinking outside the box. B. Marsh was an answer earlier for the Jets, so I could have educated guessed that one. And then Diggs used to be on the Bills, of course. Sammy Watkins? That's pitiful. All right, let's fucking lock in. Let's lock in. 1980 to 2025 receiving yards for a Steelers tight end. Gonna be a few good options here. I like Heath Miller for sure. Heath Miller in his 3rd year with Ben Roethlisberger. Well, we do know that 09 was when Roethlisberger had 4,300 yards, so we should go 09 Heath Miller. Because a lot of those yards, had to go to him. It's a really good answer. Eric Green. It's beyond me, but 09 was a really good guess. Here we go. We're back to never been All-Pro. This is so fucking hard. I cannot believe that Dalvin Cook and Matt Forte have never been All-Pro at any time in their career. Now, I assume when this says All-Pro, that means the Pro Bowl, right? The Pro Bowl, by the way, is stupidest shit ever. It's just fan voting. So whether you're good or not doesn't matter. It just matters if people come out and vote for you. It's really a popularity contest more than it is actually being a top player in your position, which is why someone like Matt Forte and Dalvin Cook never got it. Who's going to have the most receiving yards but never been an all-pro. You know, I feel like, honestly, I feel like Devontae Parker was never all-pro. Do we think Devontae Parker was ever all-pro? I feel like this is a good guess. Fuck, I forgot to click the year again. That actually would have been a really good guess. 1,200 yards, 2019. I keep forgetting to click the year. Okay, I'm not even mad at myself about that one. I had the right idea. Wow, this one's interesting. I can't name a lot. I cannot name a lot of Washington Commanders tight ends. Although, wasn't Vernon Davis on the Redskins for a little bit? I know he was on the Broncos. I think he was on the Redskins Commanders. But I don't know what year that would have been. Where did he start his career? Started in San Francisco. There is no penalty for doing this. Was he never on? He was, but we didn't give very many yards here. The best answers were Jordan Reed, Chris Cooley, and Fred Davis. I was not going to get that one. Any AFC player that won the Super Bowl in the same season that they got their receiving yards. Shit. I was thinking Cooper Kupp, but that would have been NFC. Well, we could go Jackson Smith. No, Seattle's in the NFC also. Shit. Let's go Antonio Brown. The year that the Steelers won the Super Bowl was 2010, or was it 2011? When the fuck did the Steelers win the Super Bowl against the Cardinals? Did the Steelers beat the Cardinals the year before they got Antonio Brown? Well, maybe we could go Hines Ward then. What if we went Hines Ward 09? Oh, dude, I thought I was blacking out for a second. I thought that I imagined the Steelers winning a Super Bowl. This actually was a really good guess. But there were better options. So Hines Ward at 1,000 yards the year they won the Super Bowl. Travis Kelce. Tight ends are going to be the death of me. Tight ends are going to be the death of me in this game. Marvin Harrison, Travis Kelce, Reggie Wayne, Demaryius Thomas, Travis Kelce. Wow, I'm really enjoying this. My grid beat 4% of other scores. Guys, I'm literally in the bottom 4 percentile of casuals when it came to this board. I'm actually a fucking casual. Holy shit, I've got some work to do. Here we go. Guys, this is how I can end it. Field goals made. I was born for this. We're going to start with the Jake Elliott. I feel like Jake Elliott last year would have been 24. Jake Elliott would have been really good, right? 28 field goals made. The best answer was Caleb Sturgis, David Akers. Forgot about David Akers. Love my David Akers. I'll take 28 field goals made. Target here is 68. Giants kicker, 1980 to 2025. Graham Gano has had some super good years for this program. I don't know what his best year is going to be. I'm going to say 2011 Graham Gano. I'm going with the 30-year rule. I lied to you. He wasn't even on them. Whoa. 2020 Graham Gano. I don't mind this. 31 field goals made. You know what's crazy, you guys? I don't know a single one of these names. Aldrick Rosas, Lawrence Tynes, Ali Haji Sheik, John Carney, and Jay Feely. Wow. 2025. Who made the most field goals in 2025? Was it Chris Boswell? Was it Brandon Aubrey? Or was it none of those guys? I kind of feel like it's Boswell. I'm still going Aubrey. Aubrey made 36. It was Kaimi Fairbairn. Made 44. Jason Myers made 41. Dicker, Aubrey. All right. Wow. Okay. 1980 to 2025 Patriots. I mean, obviously we're going with a Vinatieri. I don't know what Vinatieri's best year is going to be. I'm going to say 04. 31 field goals made. It wasn't, oh my God, Vinatieri wasn't even in the top 5. It was Gostkowski and then a Nick Folk, but I'll take 31. The 1980 to 2025 Colts kicker would also be Vinatieri, actually. We're going to double up on Mr. Vinatieri here. I'm going to go 09 because they would have had to have had Peyton Manning. Actually, I'm going to go 11 then because that'd be Peyton Manning, right? Ooh, that's kind of a whiff. It was 23. If I had gone 2013, he'd be up at 35. Guys, the first time that I'm in a top percentile was with kickers. That's so fucked. Target is 68. I got 149. This is pretty awesome. I'm liking this. All right, boys. That's going to be it for my first StatPad video. I have a feeling you guys are going to really like this. I've really enjoyed this. So if you do, let me know. I'd be excited to make another one of these. But that's it, boys. Hey, I love you. Thanks for watching as always. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.